You're watching South Asian Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 3rd of October. Maldives President to visit India, expected to meet PM Modi to reset ties. India's wanted fugitive Zakir Naik meets Pak PM Shehbaz Sharif. And Hindu devotees in India and Nepal mark Navratri and Dashain festival. The details. Maldives President Mohammad Muizuu is likely to visit India this coming weekend from October 6 to 10, reports have suggested. A visit that is seen as an attempt to reset bilateral ties after an acrimonious period. While Muizuu attended Prime Minister Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony in June, this will be his first standalone bilateral visit to India, almost a year after he assumed office in Malé. While Muizoo's visit has been in works for about a month now, the issue is about finding mutually convenient dates. It is significant since India and Maldives witnessed a slide in their bilateral ties after Muizuu assumed office last year on the plank of his India Out campaign. Soon after coming to power in November 2023, Muizuu had requested India to withdraw its military personnel. A truck carrying a group of 33 migrants from India, Pakistan and Nepal were shot dead on Wednesday by Mexican soldiers, resulting in the death of at least 6 persons and leaving 10 injured. Mexican soldiers fired on the group as the pickup truck tried to evade a military patrol, underlying tensions on Mexico's southern border as it faces US pressure to contain migration. The pickup truck was followed by 2 vehicles similar to those used by criminal groups in the area, it said, and soldiers reported hearing explosions, after which 2 officers opened fire. The deaths put a renewed spotlight on Mexico's policy towards migrants as well as the growing role of the military in the country's security. Mexico's defense ministry said the 2 soldiers had been removed from their post and federal prosecutors had been informed. Mexico has been under pressure by the United States to reduce the number of migrants arriving at their shared border, where record numbers of people have tried to cross in recent years, fleeing economic hardship and violence.
Me duele mucho el corazón porque son hermanos que vienen sufriendo y encuentran la muerte nada más porque se les ocurrió disparar. Eso no es posible. Vale la pena de veras tomar en cuenta esta situación porque las familias sufren.
Wanted fugitive in India, the controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik met Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif on Wednesday. In a post on X, Pakistan's state media PTV said Naik called on Sharif during his stay in Islamabad, where he is scheduled to deliver public speeches. Naik also met several ministers of the incumbent administration and also participated in the state media talk show. He arrived in Pakistan on Monday at the invitation of the Pakistan government to deliver speeches in Islamabad, Karachi and Lahore. Naik is, however, wanted in India for hate speeches and money laundering. His organization, Islamic Research Foundation, has been banned in India, and Naik too faces terrorism charges after the attacker of 2016 Dhaka terror attack had claimed he was influenced by Naik's preaching. Zakir Naik has denied all these allegations and has been living in Malaysia, where he was granted permanent residency. India, however, has been attempting to extradite him. Ad-hoc employees in PoJK have continued their protests for over a week, demanding regularization. Despite serving for decades, these temporary employees continue to live in uncertainty, with governments seemingly ignoring their pleas. A report.
Ad hoc employees from various government departments in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have been protesting outside the Central Press Club in Muzaffarabad for over a week, demanding permanent employment status. Around 5,000 employees, many hired on temporary basis since 1992, continue to serve without permanent appointments, while Pakistan's federal government has regularized their counterparts elsewhere. The employees in PoJK are living in severe distress.
ये बेसिक राइट है। बेसिक राइट का यह है कि जिस आदमी का राइट बन जाता है 20 साल 30 साल अपनी वो ज़िंदगी का गोल्डन टाइम वो एक रियासत को दे देता है, अपना खून दे देता है। उसके बाद आज इन लोगों को ज़लील व ख्वार किया जा रहा है और इनसे टेस्ट इंटरव्यू लिए जाते हैं। दुनिया में जितनी कंपनीज़ हैं, जितने भी इदारे हैं, वो मतलब एक्सपीरियंस लोग लेते हैं। एक्सपीरियंस का नेमल बदल दुनिया में किसी जगह नहीं है, लेकिन यहाँ पे इतनी बदबख्ती है हमारे इस रियासत में।
Under the leadership of PMLN, an act was passed in 2021, but the successive government rolled back the legislation, leaving many in limbo.
मुस्लिम लीग नून की हुकूमत ने 2021 में एक एक्ट बनाया ताकि ये जो सिलसिला पिछली हुकूमतों की नाअहली की वजह से, पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन की जो गैर फ़ाली की वजह से, कोटे की अदम जो मुसावियाना जो तकसीम होती है उसकी अदम मुसावात की वजह से और सर्विस रूल्स ना होने की वजह से जो इतना बड़ा तातुल रहा है, तो उसका उन्होंने अजाला कर दिया और 2021 में एक एक्ट बना दिया। लेकिन बाद में आने वाली हुकूमत ने जब वो ख़त्म किया तो उसके बाद आज चौथा साल शुरू हो गया है, हम रोड्स पर हैं।
The problem of ad hoc employment in PoJK has been a long-standing issue, with temporary employees working without job security or benefits for decades. The protesters claim that government officials are ignoring their grievances, driving past the sit-in without addressing the issue.
The new Sri Lankan government, during its first meeting with the IMF delegation, said it's committed to the global lenders' $2.9 billion bailout package clinched by the previous Wickremesinghe regime and hope to renegotiate certain conditions. The meeting on Wednesday came 2 weeks after President Zakir Naik of the National People's Power was elected. The primary objective of the visit was to discuss necessary steps towards the release of the fourth tranche of the extended fund facility. Sri Lanka has already obtained 3 tranches of about $360 million each. The third review for the release of the fourth disbursement is expected to happen in Washington later this month. The meeting marked a crucial step in reinforcing Sri Lankan's commitment to economic stability and securing continued support from the IMF. Bangladesh's interim government has recalled 5 envoys, including the ambassador to neighbouring India, in a major diplomatic reshuffle, a foreign ministry official said on Thursday. The foreign ministry ordered envoys in Brussels, Canberra, Lisbon, New Delhi and the permanent mission to the United Nations in New York to immediately return to Dhaka, media reports have said. The step follows the recall of Saida Munat Tasneem, the High Commissioner to Britain, who was similarly asked to return. While the media reports have suggested the diplomatic reshuffle is indicating a foreign policy change under the Muhammad Yunus-led interim government, none of the recalled ambassadors were politically appointees. Meanwhile, India's High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Pranay Verma, held a meeting with foreign advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain in Dhaka. According to a report by news agency UNB, during the meeting, Bangladesh urged for resumption of regular visa processing by the Indian mission. India has suspended visa issuance in Bangladesh since the unrest, which led to former PM Sheikh Hasina's ouster. While New Delhi has allowed the issuance of emergency and medical visas, it has said full-scale operation of Indian mission and regular visas will be resumed once situation return to normal in Bangladesh. Devotees across India and Nepal on Thursday offered prayers in temples of Hindu goddess Durga to celebrate the beginning of Navratri and Dashain festival. Take a look.
Devotees across India thronged temples on Monday on the first day of the Hindu festival of Navratri or 9 nights festival, when majority Hindus worship goddess Durga in all her manifestations. There is a goddess manifestation linked with each day of Navratri. The beginning of the festival also marks the Hindu New Year. The temples were decorated for the occasion as devotees stood in serpentine queues, chanted religious hymns and offered prayers to seek Goddess Durga's blessings. Many devotees also observe fasts and some restrict their diet to fruit and vegetables, spurning meat, onions and garlic during this 9-day period.
इसके दिन भगवती कालिका के दिन में लोग जो है अपने व्रत का और अनुष्ठान का शुभारंभ माँ का दर्शन करके करते हैं। तो आज जो है लाखों की संख्या में भक्त लोग जो है माँ कालिका के दर्शन के लिए आए और आज उन्होंने अपने व्रत का जो है शुभारंभ किया।
In western Mumbai city, a huge crowd of devotees thronged the famous Mumba Devi temple. According to Hindu mythology, Goddess Durga represents power, the feminine force which guides and destroys all the evil from earth. It is believed that during Navratri, the goddess Durga descends on earth to rid it of demons and bless her devotees with happiness and prosperity.
और ये इसी माता की कृपा हमेशा रहने दे मुंबापुरी पे ही। जो मुंबापुरी अगर संकट आए थे उस टाइम भी मुंबापुरी माता जी जो थी उन्होंने बहुत मुंबई को संभाला है, इसी कृपा हमेशा रहने दो बस।
Meanwhile, in Nepal, the much celebrated Dashain festival also began from Thursday with the Ghat Sthapna ritual, the implantation of barley and maize in a jar filled with soil and cow dung at the Hanuman Dhoka Darbar Square. Gurju Paltan, a military force, took part in the rituals as per tradition. The sacred jar is taken out on the 10th day and the barley is offered to devotees. As per belief, Lord Ram had conducted similar rituals and went to fight with demons and got victory over them.
सालदेखि नै बडा दशैंको यो राष्ट्रिय चाडको उपलक्ष्यमा हामी नेपालीले नै मनाउँदै आइरहेको क्रममा हाम्रो नेपाली सेनाको सम्पूर्ण घरहरुमा हाम्रो चाहिँ यो घटस्थापना राख्ने चलन छ। विशेष गरी हाम्रो अझ यो दरबार यो हाम्रो हनुमान ढोकामा हाम्रो गुर्जु पल्टनको चाहिँ यो परापुरो कालदेखि नै हामीले चाहिँ घटस्थापना दिन चाहिँ शुभ साहित्यको समयमा हामीले चाहिँ जमरा राखेर हामीले यो चाहिँ आज नित्य पूजा गरेर हामीले जमरा राख्ने कार्य गर्यौं।
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you soon.